Welcome back, folks. Off Work Sports, Mikey B on the mic. Let's talk about a little news I've been hearing. It hasn't been formally stated, or Gordon Hayward hasn't validated that this has happened, or his agent hasn't. But apparently, there is talk of Mr. Hayward heading over to the Boston Celtics. You know how they lost out on our buddy, Mr. PG Paul George, and I wonder if that was a Larry Bird play. Hey, I'm going to spite you. You're not going to be in the East. I'm going to send you to the Thunder with Russell Westbrook, another ball dominant guard. I wonder how that's going to play out. The problem is they did lose Oladipo in that trade, so he should get the minutes there to be able to put up his shots. Anyway, it was just a rental. I think he'll be there for a year and he leaves. That said, the conversation I'm going to have is around the Celtics. So Celtics appear to be trying to make some moves to appease that loss. And again, I'm looking at the GMs, and I feel as though they're making moves for namesake, right? So it's no longer actually analyzing your team and your needs and just going, I need a big name, and this can make it happen. You got to analyze your roster, your personnel. Because right now, for me, I think Gordon Hayward on this team doesn't make sense, okay? I'm saying it flat out. Going by what they have on the current roster and the positions that they have, I don't think it makes sense. Now, if I were to say that he is the most ready player of this group, we could say that. And let's take a look at some of the numbers here. Jaylen Brown, I think he's a superstar. Is he ready now? No. Probably 2 to 3 years out. Jay Crowder is your glue guy, so he can come off the bench. But, where's his minutes going to go? All right? Because remember, Gordon Hayward is a 6'8 forward. He can play multiple positions from a 2 to a 3. I'll call him a guard forward. But so is Jay Crowder, Jaylen Brown. No offense, don't laugh at me. Gerald Green did a great job for them in the playoffs last year. I don't know what it is with Gerald Green. If you give the guy the minutes, he can score. It's a shame his career turned out the way it did. He's doing a good job. He's doing the best of what he can work with. But I think if Gerald Green were to go to a team where he had the green light, this guy would be a 20-point scorer easily. He is a scorer, and he does a great job of it. It's a shame that we didn't get to see him fully explode and have the green light, but it is what it is. That said, he's also a player that's a guard forward. He can do both positions, so we keep going down. They just drafted this kid, Sam Ojele, super athletic, big-time forward. I would call him a Boris DL type, big forward, power forward, but it's still a forward position. Then we go down and we see this guy, Jason Tatum, number 3 pick, moved out of the Josh Jackson conversation to get this kid. I may pull up a tape from our buddy Frankie Visions to kind of show what he's done. And I tell you what, he looks like a stud. Then you have James Young, who's been there. He may be the odd man out, but again, this is another guy, development-wise, he could at least be a nice bench scorer. Hopefully develop him to be that. This may be his final try with the Celtics, but this is another guy that was highly regarded out of college and really is in the wrong situation. The problem is the NBA is getting so saturated now. If everyone's watching the Summer League, these kids are playing so good right now, all the draft picks. It's a shame guys like James Young may find themselves in the G League or barely trying to make a roster over in Europe. It is hot kittens right now. You got to produce when you get out there. So look at that roster. Look at all the forwards I just named. They have so many of them, right? Amir Johnson's gone. And you're going to get Gordon Hayward? Now, is he better than all these guys here from a statistical standpoint and what he's done in Utah? I can't downplay that. Of course he is. Of course he is. Of course he is. But what is he really going to do for this team? So if I'm a scout and I have this kind of dilemma and I'm just looking for a name because you lost Paul George, that's what I think they're doing. I'm looking at the stats. By the way, great season by the Celtics. Number 4 in the league last year. All right. Points 108 per game. They're not hurting for scoring. They're at 108. Right? They're at 108 points per game. 3-point percentage is 35.9. Let's just rank that. Let's rack and stack the 3-point percentage. that's the only reason I can see a Hayward play. Because IT can get to the hole at any time. Are they in the top 10? They're 14. Okay, so that's something they can improve in. 3-point percentage, 35.9. 3-pointers made, 3 points attempted. They surely shoot a lot. 33. 33 3-pointers per game. Free throw percentage at 80. Rebounding 25.2. No, I'm sorry. Rebounding is 42 a game. Let's see how that stacks. All right. Okay, they're not in the top 10 there. All right. They're not in the top 15. Let's keep going down. Ooh, hold on. Houston, there's a problem. So rebounding, all right, and specifically, let's see what it is. Is it the offensive or the defensive? It's a shame I went to the top teams and it looks like rebounding's not helping any of them anyway. New York Knicks, Detroit Pistons. That said, let's look at the Celtics. 32 versus 9. So, it looks like on the offensive rebound, they could use some help. They're at 9 per game. It's kind of the single digit. You want to be a double digit to be a winner. Let's see where the Warriors are for comparison. Golden State's up there. Oops, they're at 9.4. They shut me up. But they get 35 defensive rebounds. Celtics, they get 32. Wow, they're really close. I'm trying to look at what their needs are, and I'm just trying to make sense of what about blocks on paint? Love some defensive plays. Where are they at there? That has to be low. That has to be no. So for what I'm trying to get at is, I think Celtics need a big man. I think they need another big man to help Al Horford out. Zeller has been okay in spurts, but he's not the guy. He's not going to do it for you full time. So let's see who they got on the big man role that can actually influence from the defensive end. I would say offensively they have some great talents here. Tyler Zeller is a two-way. He's okay when he gets the time. So he's a third string center. Oleg can do a lot of different things. He's another guy that can play multiple positions. I love him. He's a critical piece to this team. Now, they tried to bring along Jordan Mickey, who does okay for his role. Good practice team player, comes in when needed, is always ready. But that's where Jarenko is to me a small forward, running power forward. So he's not a post-up guy. He's like a Sean Marion hybrid type of guy, my opinion. And who else do we have? I mean that's so they just got that Sam Olije to play that's what they need. That's what they need help at. The big forward positions. All right, couple more stretch guys. Olynyk is one. Who else is there? Horford's getting old. You can't rely on Horford for the rest of your life, right? That's where you need the help at. I think you need to look for a stretch power forward center to back up Horford. And judging by the teams in the West, I'm not saying he needs to be, and no offense to Jordan Mickey, a Jordan Mickey type who's developing. You need somebody that's ready to go, who's been proven in this league, or at least some type of player that looks like they're ready to go this year. Even if they haven't proven themselves. I don't know if Jordan Mickey's going to be that guy, but just by his height, I don't know. I didn't see his stretch, his reach. I don't know if he is that guy. He's had the opportunity. So let's go into the free agent bucket and see who's there from a forward position. Because I'm done with the Gordon Hayward talk. I think Gordon Hayward has to look at that and say, this doesn't make sense for me. Okay? It's just unless there's other moves that will be executed. As you well know, this is a game of chess. So there's probably multiple moves that are made. Let's see here. And again, rebounding, right, was one of the things we need to look at. I'm going to put 10 to 14 rebounds. Let's get there, NBA. Come on. Okay, no one did that. That was stupid, right? There would be all stars and they wouldn't be free agents. So let's go 5 to 9 range. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Pau Gasol at 37 years old is available. I like that. I like that play for the Celtics. David Lee used to be with the Celtics. Why not go back? Spencer Hawes is a pretty good player as well. He can stretch it. 8 and 6, and I bet he had better per minute than Pau Gasol. So I think, but he already opted in. Who else is here? Greg Monroe, Nerlens Noel, Zaza. Oh man. What about Alex Len? Alex Len gets qualifying off. Not much moving here. Jordan Hill's there. I like Paul Gasol. I think he could be a great addition to the team. Let me look at some of these. Let me take a look at some of these power forwards quickly. I don't want this to be a 20-minute video. So Paul Gasol, that's who I would look at. Let's look at the again rebounding, 5 to 9. Yeah, go get Kevin Durant. Is Serge still available? Oh, he signed. I'll tell you what, this guy's been awesome when he gets the minutes. Chris Humphrey's not bad. I think he was on. It's been with every freaking team. But he is not a bad player. He can stretch the floor if given the minutes. I mean, the guy's pretty good. Just never got the time to play. Zach Randolph, I think he went to the Kings. That's another topic. What are they doing? David West returns, and man, they're on. Pau Gasol should be their target right now. Pau Gasol should be their target, as well as David Lee. Okay? And I don't know if those guys are coming back. As mentioned, once PG went somewhere and then Chris Paul went somewhere, it was like, okay. And then you got Tony Parker with the injury. So target the Spurs big men. Celtics, you want to make a move? Pau Gasol's the move. That's the move you need to make with your roster. The other thing is the point guard position. I'm not going to say anything, but Avery Bradley is a guard to me. He can play both positions. He's a point guard. Demetrius Jackson is a point guard. And Rozier is a point guard. And these guys are pretty big. They can guard the big guards out there. These three, that four right there of IT, Rozier, Demetrius Jackson, and Avery Bradley is probably one of the top guard lineups in the league. I'm not making changes there because these two are just developing. You know? You got Demetrius Jackson, I call him Tim Hardaway type, and then you got Terry Rozier, who I think if it was on another team, you're looking at a Kemba Walker type of player. Easily. He's a beautiful player, just not getting the minutes there because of IT, but they can coincide with each other. I'm not making that move. And then you run with oh my God, Jason Tatum. Wow. This is another reason. Where's Frankie Visions at? This is another reason why you don't want to get Gordon Hayward. Because Jason Tatum, Summer League, oh my God. I mean, he looked amazing last night. I mean, he made it so the talk of Markelle Fultz was muted. I mean, I was like, bleh. Did the Sixers make the right decision is the question. You know, that's the way I was looking at it. Where's Free Dawkins has one too? Let's go to Free. I usually go to Freaky Visions, but I'm going to go to Free Dawkins and see what he's not bad as well. Let's take a quick look at the highlights. You know, with this internet speed, you know, they're killing us here. But, you know, again, Pau Gasol, you need a big guy. You need a big guy who can stretch the floor. That's all you can do in this market. And then you begin to load up on the rest of the talents. the rest of the positions, right? But I think that the point guard position, unless you can get a bigger upgrade, a more experienced upgrade, because that's the only problem with Terry and Rozier and Jackson is they don't have experience yet. But if you can get a tall, I thought Michael Carter Williams would have been nice, but one of those type of guys, a taller guard they can guard for those stints that IT can't really get the job done because of his height. I think that's the move you made. That's really the moves that you got to make. And shooting guard position, again, I'm trying to get the highlights up, but Jason Tatum was amazing. Great defensive play against
29 games played last year around with Philly. He actually, as David said, has some NBA experience.
You know, I don't know what Fultz is going to play. You can hear it play in the background. Let me mute it.
It's 19 games overall.
Yeah, you can see it. It's 6'6".
Watch this. Oh, come on. Is it that bad? Watch the face up. Post move, back step, Dirk, 1-footer. He was hitting those. Okay? Three-point shot. He did that too. Okay, keep going. Hey, you want him to run? Let's run. Run forward, run. Tatum, boom. Watch this move. Is this the dunk? This is the dunk, I think. Oh! So, I mean, you got this guy here who surprised the hell out of me. Once again, Duke exploitation. Come on, Coach Stefanski. Come on. Come on, man. You gotta let these guys run wild. But anyhow, amazing pickup. Ainge has an eye. So the conversation is Hayward to Boston. I say no. Let him go. Let's get a big man. That's what you need. You need a big man and then maybe another shooting guard. Okay? And then the real reason I mentioned that is maybe Green goes. Maybe Green goes. And then you need a lockdown shooter. I'm talking about. Now, J.J. Redick fits in here, by the way. J.J. Redick fits into the Celtics, not to the Sixers. I just did a video on that. So I think that's the play. What are your thoughts and comments? Leave them below. I give you the real deal. You know, this is Off Work Sports. We're on the couch. So-called couch dummies are here. And I forgot to bring up the D-League. And Tyler Hansborough is down there. I mean, again, you need people that can feel the. You know who I like on here in this G League? There's a kid by the name of Chris Walker out of Florida, real skinny, but I love his athleticism. Here he goes. He's not averaging a lot of points, okay, and he's not your greatest offensive player, but he could definitely be like a Nerlens Noel type, a good rebounder and a great shot blocker to protect the paint. That's another guy I would pick up for this team. That's what you need. Paul Gasol, pick up this kid Walker, if his rights are not held by anybody, and that's what you do. That's what you go for. I mean, that's all they need right now with what the landscape is, and then from there you got to try to make some moves if that doesn't work out. But anyhow, thanks for your the subscriptions, recent subscriptions, and the likes. Let me know in the comments. I'm trying to bring you the news real time for all sports. Right now, it's NBA season, and you know the off season is sometimes better than the playoffs. We got a lot of movement going on. Hayward to the Celtics. What do you say? I say hell no. Off Work Sports signing off.